Hi, everybody. My name's Jason.
I'm Caden. I'm Jaden.
I'm Eli.
And we are the Yahuwah and the Torah channel. And we thank you guys very much for hanging out with us. We are a little family in the middle of a jungle, hanging out with all of you guys. And it is a Thursday. It is dog bath day for us. We hope that you guys are having a wonderful week out there. We hope that you guys are having a good week. We hope that you are seeking our Creator where he is able to be found. And he's able to be found in Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. He's actually able to be found all around us. You can look out in creation, you can look at the sunrise, you can look at the sunset, you can look at all of the amazing trees and foliage. And I don't know if you guys can, but I know that we can out in the middle of a jungle. You guys might be in the concrete jungle where that stuff doesn't exist, but out in Yah's jungle where there is enormous foliage, never-ending trees. You could probably see thousands of different kinds of trees in a little quarter of a mile walk, because there's just everything that is completely different. Our Creator has gone awesome engineering on all this stuff and has built us a wonderful ecosystem, a tremendous place that we can live and we can grow and we can find him and seek his laws, statutes, and commandments. And his laws, statutes, and commandments are found in the first 5 books of scriptures, which is called the Torah. And you'll also find the laws reiterated in the Surah, which is Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. And that is where our Messiah Yahushua, there were no J's in Hebrew, that is where he walked the Torah perfectly. And he said that the Torah, not one jot or tittle of the Torah will be gone until heaven and earth pass away. And what he means is that the laws of our Creator are forever, regardless of whatever religion out there has told you they are gone or fulfilled or nullified or they don't exist anymore, or that you can eat whatever you want to eat. It's not in the scriptures. It doesn't say anything like that. And so if you ended up with those understandings in religion, then you have been led astray. And the hardest thing that we ever have in life is getting rid of the indoctrinations and getting rid of the false teachings and false premises that we have that are wrong, especially according to what scriptures has to say. Now, before we get into it, guys, this is Yah Scriptures. We have 2,000 of these on the way. They're coming in here. We have a June delivery date of these into the States early, and this is completely on track this time. I don't want to be one of those guys that's pushing this and it doesn't come. It will absolutely come this time. We are very, very excited with this. It's 14.5 font. It's large print, 3,153 pages. And what it does is not only gives us out there, all of you and me and everyone out there, a correct translation of scriptures with our Creator's name, his Son's name, and all the forefathers' names, everything restored. It also brings back the Apocrypha. So this one has 103 books. And so inside of this, you will find books that you will not find anywhere else, completely restored. There is never going to be a book like this out there ever again. So this is a good reason to grab this book while you can get them. And not only that, what we are about, Yah Scriptures, and what Yahuwah and the Torah is about, is we have a prison ministry. 100% of every order that goes in goes right back into the prisoners. No payrolls on this, no house payments, no nothing. This is 100% a ministry for the prisoners. And for every scriptures that is purchased, we're hoping one full scriptures is able to go into the prisoners, into our brothers and sisters in chains. And so this is a teamwork thing between all of us and you guys out there, because we believe that there's a lot of value with this and that the prisoners are very much in need of a ministry that does this, because they've been forsaken for a very, very long time. Now, if you guys would like to download this, it's absolutely free of charge. There will be a revision 6. Revision 6 will be coming out. I don't know when, but there is a revision 6. There's actually 5 changes to the current thing, and so these 5 changes will be put into revision 6 when that comes out, as well as 1.05 will be the eSword version of this. So completely free of charge, guys. You can download this. Now, this is one other way that we are hoping to get books into prisons. If anyone out there wants to donate to the prisoners and wants to put in 10 of these books, or wants to send a group of prisoners a bunch of books, we have contacts with some of the chaplains, and we can get these books into the prisoners, and we can also send these books directly to the prisoners from Amazon. They're available right now. So the email address, if you guys want to make a donation of any kind to the prisoners for these particular books, send it to jboss008@gmail.com, and we will be able to get these in. Now, gentlemen, where are we at in the life and the world of, well, soon to be King David?
Well, he fled from Shaul. He moved to a different land. He was there. The king thought he would enslave him forever, and he'd be there because Yisrael hated him at this point because Shaul turned against him. But then the king told him that the princes there didn't like him, that he needed to leave, that he found nothing wrong with David. David did everything he ever asked him to do. He's like, you got to go. The other people don't like you here because you're an outsider. So he has left, and he is moving back to Yisrael.
Okay, here we go. Everyone ready?
Yep.
You guys okay? Everyone alive? Eli?
All good.
Yeah. Okay, and it came to be when David and his men came to Ziklag on the third day that the Amalekites had invaded the south and Ziklag and smote Ziklag and burned it with fire. And they took captive the women and those who were there, from small to great. They did not kill anyone, but they led them away and went their way. And David and his men came to the city and saw it burned with fire, and their wives and their sons and their daughters had been taken captive. And David and the people who were with him lifted up their voices and wept until they had no more power to weep. And David's two wives, Achinoam and the Israelites, and Abigail, the widow of Nabal, the Carmelite, had been taken captive. And David was greatly distressed, for the people spoke of stoning him because of the being of all the people was grieved, each for his sons and his daughters. But David strengthened himself in Yahuwah, his Elohim. Okay, any thoughts on this so far? He comes back to the town where he has stashed his people, stashed his women.
Yeah, and they just walk off with all his people.
And they're all gone, and everybody wants to kill him. Now, Moses had the people who wanted to stone him as well.
Yeah, there's similar times that happened to Moses as well, but they never got taken off into captivity.
Yeah, well, here we go. And David was greatly distressed. Is it 6 or 7?
We're on 7.
7. Okay, 6 or 7?
7.
Okay, and David said to Abiathar, the Kohen, son of Achlamach, please bring the shoulder garment here to me. So Abiathar brought the shoulder garment to David. And I just missed it. Where am I at?
We're on 8.
8. I think it just took me down a whole nother chapter.
38?
30. What am I at? 31?
30.
38. Yeah, it took me to school. Okay. Sorry, everybody. So David went, he and 600 men who were with him.
That's 9. You're on 8.
9. Sorry, guys. Sorry again. And David inquired of Yahuwah, saying, do I pursue this band? Do I overtake them? And he answered him, pursue, for you shall certainly overtake them and certainly rescue.
So is he actually hearing voices from Yahuwah?
Well, I think the shouldered piece, I think it didn't have the and Thummim and Thum.
No, that was two little rocks in a bag. The shoulder garment, I thought, had all like the gems of Israel, like their little.
Yeah, so I don't know exactly who he's talking to or what he asked. He asked the thing, please bring the shoulder garment here to me, and then he asked of the shoulder garment or something of the sort. But what do we make of this?
Maybe Abiathar puts the shoulder garment on since he's the priest, and then he asks.
Maybe dressed into his priest's
maybe
garments.
he got a priest garment, and he asked Abiathar, since Abiathar had his stuff on, like, do I do this? And then he pulls out the rocks in the bag.
Yeah, why wouldn't we take like a piece of something and talk to it?
Because like an idol.
Yeah, it's not. We have no instructions anywhere that we are to speak to things of this nature and ask them for guidance, right? If we don't understand what it's talking about, and this is one of these tricky situations right here.
We don't get down to statues or priests or like even shoulder garments. We don't talk to. We don't pray to.
Yeah, there's no power in these things, and so let's continue on.
Right,
9. So David went, he and 600 men who were with him, and came to the Wadi Besor, where a halt was made by those who were left behind. While David pursued, he and 400 men, for 200 halted, who were too faint to pass over the Wadi Besor. What do you think these guys are too faint?
I have food, water.
Out of shape.
Stressed, yeah.
I think they're out of shape.
Been a while since they've been to war.
All right, and they found a man in the field, a Mitzrite, and took him to David. And they gave him bread, and he ate, and they let him drink water, and gave him a piece of cake of figs and 2 clusters of raisins. And when he had eaten, his strength came back to him, for he had not eaten bread nor drunk water for 3 days and 3 nights. So I'd like to go back to that one thing where he went out with 400 dudes, and 200 of them, like 50% of his people were too weak, were tired, didn't want to go over. It wasn't what they were doing. That's 50% of your troops right there, and at 400 people, that's hardly anybody at all anyway.
But we know from past, I should know past that even with less people, he should still be able to do it. If Yahuwah told me, like Gideon, right? Gideon only had like 300 dudes, and all he did was sound a trumpet and break some glass jars, and that was that.
Yeah, and it wasn't really Gideon, right? It was Yah, the
Right.
power of Yah stressing these people out, making them think there's all sorts of crazy
themselves.
stuff happening. Yeah. Okay, 13. And David said to him, To whom do you belong, and where are you from? And he said, I am a young man from Mitzrayim, servant of an Amalekite, and my master left me behind, for I had been sick 3 days. We attacked the south of the Kerethites, and against that which belongs to Yehuda, and upon the south of Caleb, and we burned Ziklag with fire. And David said to him, could you bring me down to this marauding band? And he said, swear to me by Elohim that you neither kill me nor surrender me into the hands of my master. Then I bring you down to this marauding band. And he brought him down and saw they were spread out all over the land, eating and drinking and dancing because of the great spoil which they had taken from the land of the Pelishites and from the land of Yehuda. And David smote them from twilight until the evening of the next day. And none of them escaped except 400 young men who rode on camels and fled.
Are camels fast?
I don't know. It's
I
an
feel like
interesting
they fled
detail.
on
Huh?
camels and just like going really slow.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think the camels might have been lickety split out of there, man. Because
Camel races, remember?
yeah, they do have camel races. Remember? Do you
I've
guys remember
never
that?
seen a camel race.
You guys never saw the camel
I've
races?
Never seen a camel.
Yeah, you guys would. If you guys saw the camel race, you got to remember. We saw the camel race. What's that? Yeah, the little guys. You don't remember the little guys? We won't call them midgets, but they were very small people that rode the camels.
And who was racing the camel?
Oh, we're gonna have to find that dude. You can't remember. You don't remember the little? There was an actual guy where the guy can. Okay, well maybe we'll have to find that for tomorrow. Okay, we'll find that. Okay, continue on. 18. And David rescued all that the Amalekites had taken. David also rescued his 2 wives, and there was none missing of them, whether small or great, whether sons or daughters, or spoil or whatever they had taken from them. David recovered all. Besides, David captured all the flocks and herds they had driven before those livestock, and they said, this is David's spoil. And David came to the 200 men who were too faint to follow David, who had also left at the Wadi Besor. And they went out to meet David and to meet the people who were with him. And when David came near the people, he greeted them. And all the evil and worthless men of those who went with David answered and said, because they did not go with us, we do not give them any of the spoil that we have rescued, except for every man's wife and children, and let them take them and go. All right, so we're having some issues, right?
Right, the guys who fought the war don't want to give what they worked for back to the guys that are too tired and too out of shape to fight.
All right, so let's talk about that. How would we deal with this? What would you think? You guys were the guys that went out to war, or would you be the betas that sit back behind?
I definitely wouldn't be the out of shape one. I'd
Yeah,
definitely go to war.
You guys don't want to be a beta male?
No.
You want to fight to the death? You fighting to the death? You're real quiet over there. You should you be
no,
knitting or doing philosophy or something?
No.
Okay, so let's fight to the war.
Yeah.
All right.
Philosophy's
Let's sit here and let's think about things. Let's be a Plato or a Socrates, but let's get our swords and go kill them all. Okay. So what do you guys make of that? You guys just went out to battle. You guys went and you are all jacked up.
These guys are out of shape, right? They should have been
Yeah,
ready.
you don't know if they're
fight.
out of shape. We don't know if they're scared. We don't know what exactly it was, but we do know that 50% of them didn't make it.
I mean, standing on a battle standpoint, I would want to keep them around. These guys don't, but keeping, just in case for next time, just in case a war breaks out, having more guys there is better.
So are you good with bringing back all the stuff and distributing it throughout all of Yisrael? All of Yisrael?
Yeah, I would let the other people have first pick, and then I'd give the other stuff to them, like the rest of the cattle, the other guys.
If you got one sheep and you did all the work, you're going to be okay with one single sheep.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, if I get my family back, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's good as long as the family's back.
Yeah, my family was important here. I think it's what I was most stressed about.
Yep. All right, let's go. Where are we at? 22 or 23?
23.
But David said, my brothers, do not do so with what Yahweh has given us, who has protected us and gave into our hand the band that came against us. And who would listen to you in this matter? For as his portion is who goes down to the battle, so is his portion who remains with the baggage. They share alike. That's pretty good stuff, right? I mean, that's
So they stayed back with what they already had, so they didn't lose more than what they had.
right. You can't just leave your baggage out in the middle of nowhere. So somebody's got to take care of it, regardless. And so
So
those,
there's probably a lot of baggage. There's what, 600 people,
There's probably a ton of stuff.
600 soldiers. So.
yeah, and you always pack. It doesn't matter where you go, you always pack baggage. So these guys had a ton of it. So all right, let's continue on right here. As my beard goes into my tea, my super tea. Okay, now where are we at?
We are
26?
on 25.
25. And it came to be, from that day forward, he appointed it for a law and right ruling for Yisrael to this day. And when David came to Ziklag, he sent some of the spoil to the elders of Yehuda, to his friends, saying, here is a present for you from the spoil of the enemies of Yahuwah. To those in Bet El, and to those in Ramoth of the south, and to those in Yatar, and to those in Arar, and to those in Sipmoth, and to those in Estimah, and to those in Raquel, and to those in the cities of the Yerachmeelites, and to those in the cities of the Canaanites, and to those in Kormah, and to those in Korashan, and to those in Athakak, and to those in Kebron, and to all the places where David had gone up and down, he and his men. So it sounds like he gave away a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess they ended up with a lot of stuff, so.
Would that technically belong to Yisrael, or would that technically belong to the raiding people?
I mean, I think he's in Israel at this point.
I think it belonged to all Yisrael because they're the ones that had all their stuff destroyed.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if they were going to get it back, that would probably be the fair and right thing to do. All right, well, that's that, everybody. We thank you guys very much for being part of us. We're sorry for the disruptions. We're sorry for missing things, getting things crazy. We're just reading here with you guys in the middle of a jungle. So we hope you have a wonderful day, and we're out.
All right, shalom.